Hello and welcome to the OCVarsity Gridiron Show. This is our Week 2 preview at La Habra High School. I am your host, Jonathan Khamis, being joined by the two-time Hall of Famer, Steve Fryer.
Hello.
Hello to you, Steve. And newcomer, Kenny Connolly. Dan Albano is out for the week. Thanks for joining us, Kenny.
Glad to be here.
All right. We are glad as well. Okay, guys, we'll start off with our stars of Week 1. I'll start off with Mater Dei. Brandon LaMarche was absolutely fantastic in a win against Tesoro, scoring 4 touchdowns. And we want to talk about some defense as well. Get this, 8 sacks for the defense, guys, including my favorite new name in the county, Fave. He had, I believe, 2.5 sacks, and Jedediah Smith, he was amazing. Steve, who do you got?
Well, KJ Costello went out to Santiago Corona with his Santa Margarita teammates. 432 yards passing, a handful of touchdowns, completed 70% of his passes. So far, KJ has not thrown an interception. He's got like 70% completion rate. So far, I think his quarterback rating is like 130-something. Pretty amazing start for KJ Costello so far this season.
Kenny, I think you're going to go with someone that may be a La Habra opponent in 2 weeks.
Yeah, they'll be playing La Habra next week, but Jack Talenko over at Los Alamitos had himself a heck of a debut. Los Al opened up last week against Paramount with a 49-14 win. Jack throws for 3 TDs, rushes for 2 more. And anytime you put half 100 up on the board to start your senior season, that's not bad. So good start for the boys over at Los Al.
Yeah, absolutely. And as we transition into, I thought, a big story last week, Steve, you wrote about it, bounce back performances. Edison shutting out Buena Park 38-0. I did not see that one coming, guys. Also, San Clemente with a 51-21 victory over Huntington Beach. Steve, it's early, but the bounce back efforts were impressive.
Yeah, I agree. Both of them were pretty good. You know, I figured Edison had a good shot to beat Buena Park. I picked Buena Park. I just thought their speed, Edison showed in week 0 rather, that speed might be an issue for those guys when they played and lost to Tesoro. But man, they did all the right things and just shut out Buena Park. Very impressive. And then, like you said, San Clemente, man, they bounced back big time. Played a pretty good Huntington Beach team that kind of looks like a playoff team, but it's still pretty early. So big wins for both those guys coming back. They both needed those.
Let's go to the game of the week with our boys behind us, the Highlanders. They are ranked number 7 this week, guys, in the OC Top 10. They will host number 2 Mission Viejo. Mission Viejo, the Diablos, come in at 3-0. The last 2 years, the Diablos have took this series. So this is the 3rd time. Will it be the 3rd time the charm, Mr. Kenny Connolly, for La Habra?
You know, it's going to be a fun game to watch just because it's here at La Habra, which is one of the best home field advantages probably in the county. No track, so the fans are right on top of the field. I know when they played a couple years ago, they're at Cerritos, so it'll be fun to see some home cooking here. But Mission Viejo has won 15 straight games dating back to last year when they actually beat La Habra. That's when that streak started. And, we talk about all these great quarterbacks. Brock Johnson, one guy, steadily kind of goes under the radar, won a CIF championship last year, 15 straight wins. They got a good running back in Isaiah Miller, so I'm going to go with the Diablos to get a road victory here.
I should have already mentioned this, but forgive us for all of the helicopters that you may be hearing in the air. Our best in Orange County and LA are fighting a fire nearby, so we wish everyone some safety, everyone involved there. Steve, we talked to Mazzotta earlier, and he mentioned how important it was for what perceives to be a lower division school facing a top division school like a La Habra going against a Mission Viejo. What kind of advantages does that present a team that wants to rise and a team that wants to prove themselves like a La Habra?
Well, interesting points there, because sometimes the team that's on top, there's a chance for some complacency. Then the team that's kind of like nobody gives them a shot. They're hungry. They got nothing to lose. They're just wild tigers out there. So there's a lot of that too. But also there's a ton of pride over there at Mission Viejo High School. Not just this year and trying to defend a CF title from last year, but just historically and what the Johnson family does over there. So that's an interesting thought there too. I see Mission Viejo as being all business. I think those guys have a very professional approach. Even the kids, the 17-year-old kids in the team, they have that sort of approach, a lot of pride in their program. So I expect Mission Viejo to come out here and play like it's a league opener. They're going to come out pretty intense.
Well, they'll have to stop Barriere, who threw for 4 touchdowns last week. We talked to the Highlanders earlier. Here's what they had to say.
They're very physical. They play hard. Defensive line is really good. They get good push up front. They got some good skills. I know number 22, right? Yeah, he's a good player, so I have a challenge.
They're a big physical team with a good, nice running game, good quarterback. So we're just gonna have to do our job and do what we're coached to do. Just play La Habra football.
We're just very fortunate that we get to play a high-ranked team with a great tradition and great coaching and great players. It's an opportunity for us to go play and let the kids showcase themselves a little bit. If that means opening the playbook and adding things, absolutely. And there's no holding back for anything. It's this Friday. That's all that matters right now.
Our thanks to the La Habra staff. Guys, our final game to preview will be Centennial of Corona, and they will be on the road to take on number 4 Orange Lutheran. Kenny, you were at Orange Lutheran's game last week where they won at Crespi, drive for you, who were ranked 14 in the state. That was a 43-28 victory for the Lancers. Lancers had so many guys scoring rushing touchdowns. I forgot, what was the count, 4?
4 different guys scoring rushing touchdowns. When that triple option attack is going, it's a well-oiled machine. It's fun to watch, and I don't think there's a better player in the county to run that offense than LJ Northington. Kid can sling it, had a 49-yard touchdown pass in the game, and he just makes the right decisions. We know he's a smart kid. He's going to Harvard, and Orange Lutheran has just a stable of backs. Dominic Austin had over 150 yards rushing, a couple TDs, and that was an impressive win. Olu looking really good early.
They're going to have to be at their absolute best, Steve, because Centennial perennially, one of the best programs in all of the state. They're number 1 or number 2, depending on which ranking you want to perceive as best. The Huskies beat Sarah last week 35-13. They've allowed only 13 points in Game 1. They allowed 13 points in Game 2. Steve, what does Orange Lutheran have to do to take down the mighty Centennial Huskies?
This is the best team that Coach Peterson's had in his 4 years or whatever it's been over there at Olu. So this is really the ultimate test, man. If they win this game, then everybody in the Trinity League, who knows they're pretty good already, everybody's going to go, wow, what is this? You already got Bosco, you already got Mater Dei. You know, Servite, is 1-1, but they're pretty good. Jay Sarah coming off a great season. Holy mackerel. Santa Margarita's got Costello and all that crazy offense going. If Lutheran wins this game, the Trinity League is just going to be freaking out.
What?
Make the
Thank
number
you.
one
I
in the
did
county.
shave earlier today. I really appreciate your knowledge there, Steve. Thanks to Kenny Connolly for substituting for Dan Albano. And for all your latest high school football information, check out OCVarsity.com, where we've got you covered.